New York, but I chop cheese. You already know what I'm doing when I chop cheese.
Roll your boat. All in dangerous. Ain't too many can bang with us. Straight up, we know ain't us. Label us.
He said, I do you like a chop cheese. What? Run that back. I don't think they heard me.
We good?
I said I do them like a chop cheese. And you know what I'm going to do for them? And I'm going to chop cheese.
Sorry about that. All right, let's get it, y'all.
Man, let's get it, bro.
Bro, I'm crying, bro.
Man, them battle rappers be hard, boy.
Bro.
Something ain't right. Hold on.
That nigga said, I chop cheese. Bro, we just made that shit up, bro. That shit.
I might diss Eddie. That nigga nickname Cheese is over with.
Hold on. Let's see.
You heard what we do to Big Eddie? We call him a chop cheese. You know what I did to cheese, man?
Are we gonna be able
I
to
chop
cut?
cheese. Guess how much I did it for? Some chopped cheese. Put there. If you want beef, I'll turn it to a deli. I'll put this big old weed in your pot belly.
What's up? These niggas. It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a long day.
Oh, shit. Let's tag team.
Man, niggas ain't gonna be ready for no battle rap. Man.
Let's tag team. That was hard in your pot belly, bro. Weed
You said
belly.
we gonna be able to cut it because we can cut it. All right, cool.
Weed
Sorry
belly,
about that, y'all.
you
Let's
heard
roll
what
the
he
tape.
said.
We gonna cut
back.
that, man.
We
I hope
back.
all
We're
this shit
definitely-
is caught.
Nah, it's called.
It's caught, bro.
Nah,
you tripping,
we gotta
bro.
cut this. I don't want the world to know I'm having technical difficulties.
Hey,
What's
man,
poppin'?
players fuck up.
What is popping?
Man, we still getting set up.
He said chop.
Cause it's chopped cheese, my nigga. Eddie, bro, you know I'm a chopped cheese, my nigga.
Hey, it's your girl RMT checking in to let you know you rocking with the hottest in the motherfucking city, DJ J Skrilla.
Hey, man. Let me talk my shit real quick.
Talk your shit,
Oh, I
man.
forgot to add this song. I tweaked, bro. It's off to a tough start.
But you know what? We gonna bring
It's
it in
cool.
on the battle rap.
We gonna bring it in anyway. We gonna bring it in anyway. Go ahead and
Hey, this
go
nigga
ahead.
bold, bro.
It's off. We off.
Eddie,
to a
we
little
dissing your
rocky
ass.
start.
Shout out to my nigga Eddie, man, cause I'm a chopped cheese. Like a New York nigga, I'm a chopped cheese.
He want to be from New York so bad.
Yo, dead ass, yo, I'm a chopped cheese. And for your ass, I'm a chop him for some cheese, my nigga. Man, them battle rappers is going hard.
Bro, that shit.
I do want to be from New York.
Oh, that shit.
Shout out my nigga, Good Boy, Almighty Foe. You know the fucking vibe.
Shout out Foe, man.
But that shit just got me hot.
Yeah, I just got hot too. All this technical difficulties.
Shout out to good man Foe. He got a whole bunch of.
I'm
hard
making
shit.
sure my whip's still out there, nigga.
Hey.
I ain't gonna catch.
Hey, yo, I guess we're just doing.
Who?
Hey, do you wanna match, wanna smoke with me? Hey, baby girl, I know that you usually drink. You can come ahead and take a ride with me. If you look into my eyes,
up,
you
bro?
fall in love with me. And when she looked into my drink, she saw it's Easter pink. I said, baby, ease your mind, it ain't what you think. I said, ice up on my wrist, the Apple Watch, the roller ring. I had Gigi in the blunt, but
You heard it?
Gucci
Yeah,
in the
he's-
stink. Hey, baby
he's
girl,
hard,
I'm
bro.
back in town. Hey, can you boomerang it, bring it back around? Shawty, she had grew up with no dad around. She gon' jump
Ain't
it up
no
and down
appreciate.
and make that climbing
What
sound.
you been on, bro?
Hey, I'ma
Everything
beat it
been
down.
good,
I
smooth?
go pound for pound. Shawty is too wet now. I might fuck
You wanna
around
get some
and drown.
pictures?
Hey, like a fancy dinner, catch a up and take 'em out. Hey, what you smoking on my shit is mixed with Girl Scout. Hold on. Okay, I had my fun. I had to tell that other girl that she not the one. And
Yeah, I gotta
baby
rip the
girl,
city
I
today,
like
man.
it when your hair's in a bun.
out to them folks.
I just got paid for the third time this month. Smoke exotic birthday cake while eating exotic on the run. Up in the bitch, you want me?
He's hard.
Man, Foe
Shout
is
out
hard,
Fo.
bro.
Shout out Fo, man. That's
But that right there, that's Good Boy. Full voice ain't come up yet, but crazy thing is with Jordan. Jordan does Good Boy. Good Boy does not identify as a rapper. He's a producer, like production.
that shit was hard.
No, but he knows how to rap. I don't know why he won't identify as a rapper. He's hard.
That's a hard.
It's hard.
I'm telling you, that's a hard transition to make when you gotta, especially if you want to be serious in producing. Producing and rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people want to just get their foot in one door because
Yeah.
you want to perfect that craft. So if he do want to, if he rapping, shit, you doing pretty good in that as well. So
Yeah.
He's
pick your
definitely,
poison, bro.
he's definitely out, like he definitely be rapping. That ain't the only song that he has. He has a couple more, but from what I know, and I know he's about to drop a project. So the goal would be, so when we do start, doing interviews and stuff like that, the goal would probably get both of them on at the same time because they really like,
Yeah.
let's try to get them on at the
shit.
same
Hey,
time.
Fo, man.
And what was that?
A little rack is my
exotic
shit.
birthday cake?
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, like, the song it's a good song.
That
And the
motherfucker-
visual,
The
they shot
vibe.
that in the desert. They shot that
that's
in
the song that you was talking
yes,
about.
bro. They shot that in the desert.
Yeah.
So they really did do something with that whole entire like. And from what I hear, like hearing the background of how they went about doing it, it was like it didn't even. That was some things that it wasn't even something that I ain't gonna say that they put the most effort into, but it was really on some spontaneous type shit. They made that shit happen.
That shit
So
raw
shout
as
out
fuck.
to Almighty Foe and shout out to the Good Boy
Yeah.
Shout out to them,
Productions.
man.
I'm
You
a
feel
big
me?
fan of Foe, man.
Nah, me too, bro.
A
I've been
little
a
rack,
fan.
a little rack is my shit right now.
Yeah.
004. That's my
004.
shit.
Make sure y'all go and stream 004. If you don't know, you better know Almighty Foe.
From the G, repping the hometown, man.
219, man.
Fuck
Shout out
with
to
you.
my niggas
The
up
home
north.
team.
Shout out to my niggas in the region.
And I'm shouting, and I'm ripping St. Louis today.
Shout out to the
man.
314. Shout out to all my niggas out of
Shout out to
East
the Dirty
St.
North.
Louis. You feel me?
Man.
Shout out to my peoples
On
in
the
the
north,
Loop.
baby.
Shout out to my peoples in the Loop, man.
Yeah.
But
And my niggas in New York.
Oh yeah, and also from now on, you know what I'm saying, for all the artists, just basically coming up, if y'all want to start sending us music, we are now about to start playing like locally artists, because we coming up and we want to make sure all the locals come up as well. It's cool to play all these hot, big mainstream artists, but we want to make sure we put our people on as well while we doing this. So from now on, we're going to play new locally artists so we can all get their name out there.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Be ready for a song of the week.
So if
you
y'all
know,
got any songs or anything,
yeah, continue to send it to us.
send us songs and anything. And if
Yeah.
it's dope, I definitely open up to it or fade out with it. You never know.
You never know, man.
But any music, or if you know any artists, let them know. Send it to me.
Yeah, send it
If
to
it's
us.
trash, it won't get played. I'm sorry. But
We
send
basically
it to
gonna
me.
play the best song
Yeah,
that
we're
we
gonna play
get
the best.
of
Let
that
the
week.
office
You
get
know
to
what I'm
that
saying?
bag.
So,
You know the vibes, my brother.
Yeah.
so
For
send
sure.
that shit to us. Real
Much
shit.
love.
Yeah, so we definitely gonna kick that on. But
I'm gonna have to clip that out.
you said
So-
clip what up?
Clip that out so all the artists can see it.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure y'all tap
Yeah,
in. But yeah, man, it's
Yeah,
sessions,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
Mo
sessions.
Gotti, man. I'm checking in.
Nas the Great.
DJ J Skrilla signing on, bro. Why can't I never? I forgot what I was saying. I've been fucking up so much. DJ J Skrilla checking in. What the fuck's going on?
Was good.
Man.
Was good.
Yeah.
What
bro.
day is it today, y'all?
Well, you almost
Well,
got
you
my
almost.
ass.
I almost said it earlier. I ain't gonna. Oh, I went. The phone pause. My fault, y'all.
Bro.
My fault.
I said it the last episode, but I don't think people noticed.
Well, yeah. Well, Lauren, she the one who won
Yeah.
anyways. So.
Shout out Lauren the
Shout out
boss.
Lauren.
I got Lauren.
Hell
I got
nah.
something for you.
But today though, real shit, we gonna have some shit to talk about. We know last 2 episodes, we weren't really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we was just
shit.
we was just kicking it for real,
had shit to
man.
talk about.
We didn't have shit to talk
There
about,
wasn't
but
shit
today
going on in this
Nothing at
world.
all.
it wasn't. But today we got some shit to talk about, man. So sit back, relax, kick your feet up, kick your shoes off.
Roll
you know
a
what I'm
blunt-
saying?
roll a blunt for him.
Do
Yeah.
some, you know what I'm saying? Roll a blunt for my nigga Mo. Take a
Police.
shot for my nigga Skrilla.
Take 17 shots for Skrilla. He don't take one shot, bro.
Oh my God! You see how they get on here and they text it,
Bro,
They
I-
text it on the internet. Oh, they always gotta text it.
Nah.
feel me?
What's going on, man? How you doing today?
Oh, did you turn the speakers
No,
back on?
They can't hear.
You
us.
did?
It's cool.
Brother,
How you
man.
doing, boss? How you feeling, boss?
How you doing? How you
good?
doing?
Hey.
They
okay.
good? All right, bet. But shit, you want to just go ahead and get into it, Skrilla?
To it.
What
Oh.
we gonna talk
My
about?
dog Skrilla, he been on live, man. We gonna start also going live in the middle of
Yeah,
Recorded as
only
well,
for
so-
snippets though. They only gonna get snippets.
yeah.
Yeah. So the
So-
first thing I wanted to the first thing I think that we have to talk about is definitely the explosion. We did not talk about that. I don't remember exactly the date that
The
happened.
rape.
But I don't know if y'all seen this clip. So if you seen the clip where the woman who was in the process of filming her wedding. And the explosion went off, like I'm gonna be honest, the reaction and the sound, 2 different things.
Bro,
Two different.
totally different.
What you
like,
mean?
so like, you know how like thunder or lightning moves faster than thunder?
Yeah.
The reaction from the explosion in terms of like the actual things like moving and everything versus the actual sound, like you could see that the reaction was delayed.
Right.
But if you ain't watched the clip, what I'm trying to say is watch the clip, because it's definitely touching. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little disturbing because again, she was in the process of filming. What was it? Not her wedding, but I think she was
No, wedding
taking
pictures.
wedding pictures. Yeah, she was doing wedding pictures. So if you can check that out, but definitely prayers to everybody. And
prayers.
I don't know if it's called Lebanon or Lebanon.
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 My pronunciation can be off at times. Don't judge me. But prayers to everybody that was affected by the explosion, and
What actually caused the explosion?
I don't know.
I was about
So
to say,
I heard three different things. I heard it was like some firecrackers or some shit, and then I heard
I honestly
Yeah,
still think
like,
that they're still
right,
in the
firecrackers.
process of firecrackers would definitely do it. Don't get
It
firecrackers
depends on
would
what kind of
definitely do it.
firecrackers
I
it
mean,
is.
yeah, the
It's
expensive
not
kind.
it's not necessarily the firecracker that
It's
will
the
cause the
gunpowder.
explosion, but it would definitely be the ignition to an explosion.
Yeah.
Whatever chemicals or whatever anything that's being operated in that facility, of course that would only that would cause that type of explosion. But I haven't really we haven't really looked into it in terms of what exactly, because I know that there is myths. I think initially people assumed that it was a terrorist attack. To my knowledge, I think that people assumed that it was a terrorist attack, but it wasn't. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good?
It's good. How you
Right on,
doing,
right
my
on.
brother?
Bless up. So people originally, I think, thought it was a terrorist attack, and I think if I was in that shoes, I would pretty much think the same thing.
Yeah,
Like
I would too. I ain't
the
gonna
world
cap.
is on fire from what it looked like if I was present. But I don't really know. Do y'all know? I would say.
I wish I did, bro.
Okay, so that's something. We'll get back to you by next week. I'll definitely have it in terms of what was the leading cause of that explosion and how that actually took place.
Yeah, but prayers up to everybody that was near the explosion or in.
Prayers
you know
up to
what I'm
everybody that was
saying? But,
affected
yeah,
by the
definitely.
explosion.
First time I saw it, I thought it was a joke.
I did too, bro.
Nah,
I thought
it
that
was a joke.
Like I thought it was something that
was
happened
like,
like way
wow.
before already
I was like, wow.
or something.
Man,
But,
no way.
but that shit was wild, bro.
Yeah, many people were affected by that. Like,
Yeah.
many families were affected by that. Many days were ruined. I mean, you can only imagine Shorty who's, that's her wedding. She's probably not going to want to get married no more. Like, that's a, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
it's
then
canceled for a little bit.
That's definitely canceled.
Definitely.
But even then, it's just like such a traumatic experience. You know what I mean? Something that's supposed to be like a memorable moment has turned into a nightmare. Something it's more than likely she's gonna have PTSD. Anybody's gonna have
Yeah, I
PTSD
would-
from that.
Everybody will.
What?
Anybody's gonna have PTSD from
Loud
that explosion. If you was
They
there,
said you could hear it from 150 miles away.
I mean, yeah, and then if you looking at it,
far,
so there's
bro.
some footages that were recorded prior, like way out of the distance, you know what I mean? And you can see like from the explosion erupting and then the smoke just literally
the city.
overtaking the
Yeah,
whole city,
that
wipe the
shit
whole city
crazy,
clean
bro.
and with the from the explosion. So prayers up to them. But like Nas said, we do have a couple things that we do need to talk about. I was actually in the middle of a conversation, I would say about a couple days ago, and the question of we're going to talk about whether or not mixed children. I don't know if you're on here, if you're watching or not, but if mixed families who grow up in a whether your mom or dad is predominantly white, whether or not you allow them to say the word nigga. Now, I know that, of course, the common answer would be no. You know what I mean? Like the average person would say no on camera. On camera. But whether or not that, you know what I mean? Like I was talking to someone and she was explaining like she already had the conversation with her mom that it was not a thing. Like, not to say this word. Some things, she told her straight up, like, I don't care how many black children you have, not to say this word. And it was it's interesting to see that a child would say that to their parent, you know what I mean? Because it's not likely that, that they would, parents get defensive when you try to check them on
And
some
then they
things,
be
you know what I mean? Like,
you can't tell me.
you can't tell me what to do and things like that. Yeah.
That shit.
So
I hate that.
it's interesting to see that she was, that conversation was had. Because I don't know. I never thought about it like that. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this situation like that?
Honestly, bro, I'm not mixed or anything, but me personally, let's say if I was, I wouldn't, like, if my mom or dad was white, I wouldn't allow them to say the N-word, bro. Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, your heritage, how you grew up, like, you don't, it's really just plain and simple. Don't say
it's
it.
really not. It's really not up for debate.
Yeah, it's really not, because, like, if people think, like, if those white people think it's cool to have black children to say the N-word just because you have a black child, no, shit ain't sweet.
Yeah.
See, I think where the dilemma is, where there needs to be clarification, is because I don't think that there's understanding, like they don't really understand why they should not be using the word.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
And-
Hold on. Why not? They be
Because there's no different from anybody like being ignorant on the thing. And I don't necessarily think that they're ignorant in terms of the race. I just think that they to them, nigga and nigger are two different things. And to us, I mean, it is But at the same time, neither one are appropriate for you to use. You know what I mean? So I think that there's just a misunderstanding in terms of why they feel like they can't use it. And then the argument side is that, okay, we're not supposed to use this word, but you guys are able to use the word.
Okay, well, my question is, say we're talking about a predominantly white parent who has a mixed child. Say they have never used, they grew up knowing not to use the word nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And they get into this interracial relationship. Bitch ass microphone.
Yeah.
They get into this interracial relationship and they have, a mixed child. And then they feel like it's okay to use the word nigga. If you already grew up inherently knowing that saying nigga was incorrect, just because you're in an interracial relationship and have a mixed child does not give you a gateway. It just doesn't. There's still if you grew up knowing that it was wrong, just because you fucking somebody black don't make it right.
Yeah, don't make it right.
There's no type of stipulation to even change how your thoughts should even be, because you already know wrong. If I already know that killing somebody is wrong, but I hang with some killers, and then I go kill somebody, that don't make it right because I'm
hanging with
around some killers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you already knew it was wrong, don't try to justify your wrong.
Yeah.
What's poppin'?
What's good, boss?
You
How
doing
feel?
good?
But no, I definitely agree with you, bro. Like, just because you fucking on somebody black, don't make it right. And just because you have a black, African American child, doesn't make it right neither. You know what I'm saying? Even if you adopt a child, you still it's just blatantly like that shit just blatantly wrong to me. Like, honestly, I could never, like, I don't know, I just couldn't imagine, like, oh damn, I got a African American child now, let me go ahead.
But then again, I guess I've never thought about being white as well, so I wouldn't understand why. I wouldn't understand the uninclusion of a word, I guess, because they're not included, and they want to be included in it. Because right or wrong, they did create the word. They created something that they frankly are just not allowed to use.
Yeah.
So I understand, like, you want to feel included, but for every action, there's going to be an equal and opposite reaction. So you already seen the cause and effect of you using that word before.
Exactly.
So for you to try it years along the line, you already know
what's gonna go down,
the cause and effect of what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I think that's I agree with everything that you're saying for sure. And the thing is, I think that the problem with maybe why folks want to use the word, I would say, is just because, like, one, it's a trend.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's definitely a trend.
Right.
And then two, I think that their argument is that they don't, you know what I mean, like, whether or not your intent is to come off as racist or prejudiced or, you know what I mean, use racial slurs or things like that. Mm-hmm. Because they feel like that's not necessarily their intentions behind using the word, that it permits them to use the word. And regardless of whether or not your intentions is to be whatever, I don't care if you want to be my nigga. You feel me? Like, the word is just something that that you just should not use. And I'm an understanding person. I try to understand why, why it may be difficult not to use some certain type of words. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Let me use a analogy for that. Say you walk up to a pregnant woman and you say, "You look big." You're not trying to hurt her feelings, but that wasn't the right thing to say.
Yeah.
The same thing, like, you want to say nigga, but that ain't the right thing to say. Don't say it. It's just, I don't know.
I actually want to hear from the I'm gonna do a poll because I actually want to see how many people actually uses like how many people have had that conversation with their parents? How many mixed children have had that conversation with their parents? Or whether or not that is a conversation that is common within the the mixed community.
Right.
So I definitely want to check in with that.
That is tough.
Because I think it was interesting hearing that one that she checked her, she checked her mom. Like, I already told my mama, you cannot say this. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's kudos to her for doing that.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know if this is something this is a common conversation within the mixed community. Leek, you said that you did not mention. Did you know I was gonna mention your name eventually? You felt that? You should have knew it was coming. But so, did you feel like you said that you did not have the conversation? You don't feel like it was a conversation that you feel like you needed to have with your mom? It was.
I feel like
Malik, you mixed.
I feel like my mom just already knew, especially since she's with a black man.
Mm-hmm.
She just knew, like, even before that, like, that's just not something that you say.
Okay.
So I just think that if you have, it's a little suspicious that you even have to have that conversation because it's like you should already know.
Yeah, some things you would think that some things are common, but what I've learned to know is common sense is not so much as common. Not so much as common. So it's some things a discussion should be had just to clarify some things, but that it's just something that I still want to know. Like I want to know how many other individuals, because I can only imagine what gets said behind closed doors. I can really only imagine.
I see what be. I went to Avon, bro. I heard what got said.
He witnessed what got said behind closed doors.
I was about to say,
but I could only imagine what gets said behind closed doors.
Like, damn, y'all use niggas more than me. I don't even say the word, bro.
Wow, bro. I was
Y'all
about to
love
say,
this.
I went to a predominantly white school, bro, and I already know.
Dog, okay, I remember. I'd never forget. This was like this is when I knew like they knew right from wrong. Like this is clear. This was clear as day. Cause these two white girls, they walked up to me and a couple of my niggas. They was just like, why can't we say nigga? I'm like, cause y'all white. Like it's just that simple. Like plain and simple. She was like, well, what if we do say it? I said, and I'm just like, who you gonna say it to? Like, who are you saying it to? She was like, I mean, amongst ourselves or whatever. And I'm just like, will you say that around them? And I pointed to, the black girls that, I'm cool with. I was like, go over there and say it around them. It's like, nah. I'm like,
damn.
I'm like, okay. I was like, you gonna say it around us? They was like, yeah. I was like, why? And they was like, cause what will y'all do? I'm like, I'm not about to beat y'all ass. Like, it's cool. Like, I ain't gonna beat your ass or nothing. But
exactly.
I know one thing. You take 20 steps to your right around them other black girls and just mumble the word nigga. You know you're gonna get your ass beat.
He already know.
Yeah. Like,
we got people out here that's
like you're gonna get beat up.
It's some things
so,
you just
you just inherently know sometimes, but you try to toe the line because you want to feel included.
Exactly, and it's like just some shit. Like it's not, and I'm not even trying to disclose the conversation that we having now, but it's just common sense with a lot of things. It's just some shit you cannot say, bro. Like, it's just some shit you can't say, bro, around, you know what I'm saying, certain people.
The question from the public, the real question is, why do you want to say it?
I knew you would.
I really don't know. I wish I had the answer. Like I said, I can develop all types of
because it make you feel, you know what I'm saying? Do it make you feel cool? Like, do it make you like? I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a poll on that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do.
I feel like
your poll.
Nobody's gonna. I feel like nobody's gonna admit that. You know what I mean? Like why they would want to say a word, or we can actually do a poll and see how many people actually want to say the word. Let's start there.
Yeah,
let's start there to see how many people actually want to say the word, because
I got a lot of white people.
Feeling of entitlement. Somebody brought up a valid point. The feeling. Somebody says the reason by maybe they would want to say that word is the feeling of entitlement. You know what I mean?
I feel
everything that you necessarily have, you don't necessarily want or necessarily need. But I guarantee you, the moment that something that you don't have access to or that you don't, you know what I mean, is no longer available, it then becomes, well, why can't I have that? It's plenty of things that I ask for that I know I don't use, that I know that I don't need. You know what I mean? It's the sense of entitlement. It's that I'm entitled to use this if I want to. It's at my. They
created the word, so I get it. But fuck you.
No, I don't. Don't say that shit.
Nah.
Real. I don't get it. Do not say that shit. They might be honest.
And people think,
okay, we got some responses. Everybody wants stuff they can't have. They just want to feel included, but they'll never be black. I think that's fair to say. Very much so. They might be honest if you make it the anonymous poll. Is it possible to do an anonymous poll on
Instagram? I think so.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I think so.
I mean, and if it is, you can just like. I mean, if it's not, I'll say just crop their name out.
Hey, look, bro.
no,
even
because I don't think I would be comfortable even knowing that. So,
look.
you know what I mean. I don't think
is.
I would be comfortable knowing that somebody around me wants to use a word, knowing that it's offensive.
I see what you're saying.
I think the safest way to probably do that in terms of measurement, in terms of making sure that it reaches multiple people, will probably be Twitter, because the Twitter is anonymous. If I'm correct, Twitter is anonymous. I think that would be a fair way of measuring whether or not how many people want to use the word.
So all three of us gonna do a poll.
I'm currently inactive on.
Yeah, I was about to
but
say.
definitely,
so want to do it on. We can do it on Instagram. We can find out after this to see if we can do it.
Whether or not that is a thing. Yeah.
Look, me personally, I don't care if you. Well, I do care if you say it, but if you really, I want to hear your response. So I don't even care. I want to hear your. I swear to God, I love an openly honest,
great question,
prejudiced person, because they gonna keep it 100 with you. Like if you, a racist person is definitely an openly racist person is somebody I will talk to easily, because they gonna tell me what they feel, and you gonna get a clear understanding on the racist. All right, bet. Them undercover boys, that's gonna be a little hard to play with.
Yeah.
How you doing, Doc? You doing good?
Good, boss. How you doing?
How you doing?
I like the mask.
Doing good. Black Lives Matter. Say it twice.
I like that mask.
Yes,
speaking
yes,
of-
sir.
I got my tattoo. I just only got half of it done though.
Yeah.
I want to show it.
Show it. Show
Go ahead,
the
show
world.
it. Show
Nas. Oh.
Ooh, he getting freaky on the
My
cam.
fault, y'all.
We
The
over here
camera's
talking
messing
about
up, but I
some-
do got a question for y'all for real. Stay tuned, please. Please stay
Let me
tuned.
smack it. Let me smack it.
Nah, dude.
It's
Ooh, that's hard.
oh,
though.
that's hard.
That's hard. The little bird chest.
Make me want to get tatted.
I'm about to. I gotta finish it though. I'm gonna finish it
I'm
September
looking for a
11th.
tattoo.
You gotta do
bro.
some-
I don't know.
So
what
I'm
I
a-
want,
push-ups.
but I definitely
I'm gonna
want
what
a
you
tattoo.
call it. I'm gonna show the rest of it whenever we do our next episode.
My brother gotta do some push-ups, man.
I know, man. I'm skinny out here,
Little
but I ain't
pipsqueak.
tripping. I'm cool. I'm gonna get bigger sooner or later.
But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get some polls cracking, and then next week we'll go ahead and reveal the results of those polls. Moving along, I definitely did have another question that I wanted to ask y'all, to the public and to y'all, because I asked this on a private page in terms of to see what people would think, whether or not, if you had a book that was sitting in front of you. So let's say you had a book that was sitting in front of you. And a book said on it, do not open. It's a book full of understanding. So meaning that the book was a book that, it's literally the understanding to everything. It's an understanding. Will you open it? It says do not open, but will you open a book that says that? Will you open a book? I want to know from y'all too, is that a book that you want to open?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it just for the simple fact, because if it say don't open, then I want to understand why I can't open
Yeah,
it.
and then I'll explain why I asked this question too.
You said it's a book of understanding.
A book of understanding. If it says do not open, a book is full of understanding.
That's perfectly fine.
Because I want to understand why I can't
that's
open this
perfectly-
book, and
nah.
I want to understand just shit, whatever I need to understand that I don't right now.
The world,
you know what I'm saying?
The world moves around naive people.
You open it.
I'm opening that moment.
But listen, you would honestly be surprised, because when I ran this poll once, I ran the poll and I wanted to see how many people would choose not to open a book. And what was shocking is that a lot of people said that they would not open a book. Now, this is not me to say that this applies to everybody who said no. Mm-hmm. But my theory behind it is that anybody who chooses not to open a book particularly happen to be the people who are hiding from their own truth.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I was able to reach, that assertion is just because I feel like if, in fact, you have something that's going to grant you understanding and you choosing not to accept that, that means that you're being ignorant to something that you feel like you're denying.
The world
or that you don't want to admit. Thoughts on that? You said I'm opening that hole. They say if you don't want black people to know something, then put it in a book. No, that is facts. Because listen, I've been trying my hardest to read books, and I even told them. I told them to hold me accountable. I told them to hold me accountable because I need to start reading more. And you know what happened? Weeks went by. I'm still on the.
Skrilla, you should read a book today. Bro.
What's the opening part of a book? What's the opening part of a book that you
intro.
call? And I'm gonna re-ask this question for y'all who are just now joining. If you've seen a book that says this book is full of understanding, do not open. Are you going to open that book? I want to know y'all response, and then again, for the people who just joined, I'll explain why I asked that question. Thank you for your participation as well too.
Yeah, bro. I definitely.
What about you, Wyatt? Are you gonna open a book?
What was the question about the book?
So the book, say for instance, you stumble
How you
across
doing,
a book
sister?
that says, can I ask you a question real quick? No. Oh, see. All right, sister. Have a good day. So the question is, if you stumble across a book that says, do not open. This book is full of understanding. Are you going to open a book?
Do not open.
Thank you so much. Y'all are doing an amazing job at the discussion. Get better each time. Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
He said, Wyatt said he'll be curious about it.
You'll be curious. Are you going to open?
I would probably open
You-
it, and you, first.
You'll probably open it.
Malik,
What
would you
about
open
you?
it?
I'm not opening it.
He's not
Hell
opening.
no.
See, I told you.
Hell
It would be
no.
surprising that there are certain people who will not open the
Why?
book.
Why?
Because ignorance is bliss. So once you find out the truth and you understand everything, it's gonna be like, damn, what's the point? You know?
I like
Then that's
that
not
damn
what's
feeling. I like that damn feeling. Like, fuck it, this is life. That's how it's gonna be.
So there's a sense of, I fear that I'm not going to hold myself accountable to the things that I understand, in a sense. So in words, and I'm saying like, I'm not going to hold myself accountable to abide by whatever it is that's in that book, whether it's understanding. I'm not going to acknowledge it, even though I've already read it. Is that what you're saying?
At the end of
I
the
get what
day,
you're
Clarify.
saying.
I
Ignorance
do.
is a
True,
bliss,
but you
though.
still
I get
have to make the decision. Okay, hold on. We got some response.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
finna crack it open. Go ahead and explain why you would crack it open. Let me know.
What's happening, bro?
True,
What's
but you
good,
still
boss?
have to make the decision to live.
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
happening?
What's going on? Oh, these people.
Let me see this back tag.
You say nap time.
Boy, they be hot.
They be hiding a kite out here. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that was just an interesting question. So me personally, I said that I would open it because one, I'm a person that I seek understanding in everything. I mean, like I have to understand everything. Otherwise, I can't move past certain things that I don't get understanding from.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why I'm such an understanding person, is because I seek it so much. Like this is something that I truly feel like this is something that I'm after so much. So this is probably why, that I understand things on a deeper level. But that was just a question that came to mind because I had asked it in our group chat. And I'm going to actually explain where the question came from because somebody posted something. This will happen. Somebody posted something and you ever see a post where somebody be like, like I relate to this so much. Blase, 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 blase. Okay, well, one of those, in this particular moment, this happened to be somebody that I actually, I fuck with heavy. That's cool people. So I'm a fan of understanding my people because when you understand your people, you understand their reaction. You know what not to do, what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know them. You know the lines not to cross. You know the things that may, upset them. You know the things that may trigger them or whatever the case may be. Right. You know them, okay? Right. So me taking up on myself, what I did was what they posted, I went and researched on my own just to get a better understanding of my people. Right. That's how I move. You feel me? And what I did when I did that, it just caught me. It was funny in my head because I was like, no way you just went and did this. Like, you really just go and do this? But I'm like, yeah, you did it, but you did it for all the right reasons. Now, when I had dropped it in,
nigga, boy.
See, now listen. What I want to do is I want to separate being nosy from being understanding. Because listen, when I originally did that, I was laughing about it so much in my head. I laughed in the group chat, and I was like, the length. I said the length that you go to gain understanding. And the reason why I said that is because the length I went just to get a better understanding of something. And so somebody said, if you nosy, just say that. That was their response. If you nosy, just say that. And I'm like, nah, I don't like considering myself nosy. I'm not a nosy person. What I am is I'm a person that seeks understanding. Right. So it's not necessarily me just putting my nose in things. And half of the times the things that I do that I do happen to gain understanding from or that I'm seeking understanding from happens to fall in my lap. You know what I mean? It's not something that I'll just be out here like, oh, I'm looking. Yeah. No, it's just things that fall into my lap. So shout out. Let's clarify some things. I am not nosy, but two, it is there's nothing wrong with trying to understand your people. It ain't. There's nothing wrong with trying to understand your people. In fact, I encourage everyone to take that. Don't be complacent with what you know about the people that are around you right now. I'm telling you right now that there is a lot to know about people. There's a lot that you did. Because I was, when I be talking to like married couples that be married for like 40 years, 50 years, or 30 years, whatever the case may be. And every time they respond, and I was like, you know, how's marriage? You know, how's it been? He was like, man, to this day, I'm still learning how to love my wife. You know what I mean? And in the sense that, you know, I'm still learning how to you still learning how to love your wife 30 years later. That shows that you're still taking that initiative to gain understanding, a better understanding to, you know what I mean, the people that's around you. And then in this case, to your wife, which is big. You're not complacent with where you are with the person.
Exactly. You're not like basically you saying just not comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. Like you're not just like, okay, I'm cool with where we are right now. This is no. There's always the effort to get a better understanding of someone, or there's always an effort to love harder.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but that's just where. See, listen. A lot of the times you're gonna hear a lot of things, and I would randomly ask them these questions in group chats. Like, I have no problem doing this, and a lot of times because I just be in my head. Like I really do think a lot. Not negatively, but I be thinking just like, you know.
Off the range.
Yeah, like I just, you know what I mean? If I'm thinking, I'm thinking. I just be thinking. You feel me?
Thinking.
A deep thinker.
Thinking. I am.
Nosy thinker.
Just thinking.
See,
I'm fucking with him.
now this the idea of me being nosy, that's what they're gonna try to label me.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Do y'all think I'm nosy? Do you think that
Nah.
is nosy? If you think that is nosy, you can let me know. You think that's nosy?
Nah, that ain't nosy, bro.
You think that's fair? Trying to get it better.
I ain't even gonna act like I ain't never did that before.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna act like you ain't never did. Like, just to see what your people be on.
Yeah, and
It
let
ain't.
me ask you this: Do you take the extra? Do you go the extra mile to get a better understanding from your people?
Yeah.
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 Like I've always liked.
Do you? It's not nosy. It's smart. Thank you. It's not nosy. It's smart because again, it's really it establish a better relationship between you and whoever it is that
And
you're seeking
also-
understanding from.
What's
You feel me?
happening,
What's popping, y'all?
What's good? And-
Go ahead.
I was about to say, and also, I don't think it's necessarily nosy. I feel like that would be, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, let's say they put that in there and then you ask the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, you be like, damn, I fucked up. So if you know what I'm saying, take that extra mile to actually get at what they were saying, my bad. At what they were saying, I feel like that would be a better thing to do than just blatantly asking them something that shouldn't be asked, or you know what I'm saying?
Like going back to what I said about about the openly racist people. Like, I like to understand openly racist people because then you understand both sides.
Yeah.
You understand. I mean, it's bullshit nonetheless, but you understand their feelings. So I like to understand everything for real, just like Skrilla. I don't know if I'm gonna go rabbit hole deep all the time. But I'm
not going rabbit hole.
You ain't going rabbit hole.
I mean, whatever. I would definitely, if it needs to go there, I would do that because that's just the length I would go for my people.
I'm gonna scratch the surface, and then if I feel like I don't have a deep enough understanding at scratch surface, I will see if I can get a clearer understanding, and I keep searching until I get a clear understanding. And it usually don't take long for me to get an understanding on anything, really.
So we have a response. A lot of relationships, friendships fail nowadays due to the misunderstanding and then having a pack of communication after the misunderstanding occurs. So I feel like having an understanding just makes it less complicated. True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely does. You would avoid a lot more hardships that you probably stumble across in friendships, relationships, had you take more time to get to know people. I think right now that a common problem that I see, not just within our community, but just within society, is most people are complacent with their relationships with people. Me personally, I'm not complacent with none of my relationships because that means I'm stunning a growth once I do. Mm-hmm. There's no growth within a relationship. And me personally, I feel like if I'm not growing, if there's no growth within a relationship, meaning that it's not getting any better, then we've reached our conclusion. That's in my mind, that's what I feel like. So what I feel like a lot of people are complacent with their relationships with people. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. I wonder why. What I think it is, I don't think a lot of people, it is. A lot of people are not willing to step out of their comfort zone. A lot of people, I just want to see if he was going to hit that car.
Me too.
What was I saying? A lot of people are now not only not willing to step out of their comfort zone, but I just don't think a lot of people be thinking in terms of thinking like this. You know what I mean? I know that I think beyond what a reasonable person would think, but I don't think like a lot of people looked at it that way. Like, you know, in terms of if I'm not taking the initiative to gain a better understanding behind someone, then you know what I mean? It's kind of like I'm complacent with our relationship. Not to say that y'all won't do X, Y, and Z. Like being actively and being active and getting a better understanding are two different things. Because we can be active all day. You feel me?
Yeah.
We can sit here, we can converse, we can do whatever we want. But at the end of the day, if there's not if by the time we step away from this conversation, I don't know, I haven't gained any knowledge about you. Or I haven't gained anything about you, then at the same time, it's like
It was a waste of breath.
it was a waste.
of time.
You know what I mean? It was a waste of time. You feel me? So that's just how I be looking at things. I would love to hear what y'all think. You know what I mean? In terms
Cloudy,
of
you got us thinking deep.
I ain't trying. It's definitely cloudy, but look, the sun always shining there, even above the clouds.
Talk to him.
Facts.
Talk to
The
him.
sun is always shining above the clouds.
Whatever she got in that box, it looked good, bro.
What was it?
I don't.
He-
Whatever she got in the box, it looked good.
I was about to say it wasn't even.
Whatever it is, it looked good.
Yeah,
I'm
nah.
hungry. I ain't ate this morning.
How much time we got, y'all?
I was definitely thinking that in my head because we've
Been chopping it up.
We
bro.
have, because like I said, we did have some things to talk about. And again, the last couple episodes we have
What's
been talking
happening, y'all?
about.
8 minutes.
Damn.
We ran through.
Yeah, we went.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Pause.
Yeah.
Let's get a quick hustle house.
Hustle House.
Yippee. Shout out Lauren
What's
at
up,
Hustle
y'all?
House, man.
What's up?
Lauren D. Boss.
Yeah, man.
Hustle House LLC on Instagram, on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow. I almost said subscribe.
How you doing?
What's good,
What's
Robbie?
happening, boss?
Boss
good,
man.
Robbie?
What's happening, y'all?
What's up?
What's good, y'all?
What's happening?
But yeah, make sure y'all follow Hustle House LLC on Instagram and on Twitter. Make sure you guys continue to shop at the playground. You guys can customize your own clothes. As you can see, a custom hoodie here. I have on the shirt as well.
I ain't even gonna gas y'all.
I'll be-
Like I'm
I'll
not
be
gonna.
rocking this shit,
I ain't
bro.
even gonna gas Hustle House. I think that
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, throwing off my concentration, man. I can't even speak. You know what I mean? I can't even say what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? Like,
Blase.
you know what I mean? I can't
My
even
bad,
say what I'm
Wyatt.
trying to say. Okay, no, going back to that though. So her brand, let's just start there. Every time that I definitely put her clothes on, it definitely draws attention.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily say that it's the color scheme because I think the color schemes are common amongst many colors. I mean, many clothing line. But I think that if you haven't really tapped into like who she is and like her purpose behind her brand in terms of what she sees with her brand, what she's trying to do, I really do highly encourage y'all to do so because again, the woman has pure intentions to support. She's going to, first of all, she's doing something she don't have to do. Let's start
Exactly.
there.
At all.
She's
At
doing
all,
something
bro.
that she don't
At
necessarily
all.
have to do. And to me, I have to acknowledge that because again, that's taking time and energy out of her day.
Right.
You know what I mean, to do these things.
Exactly.
So again, I'm telling y'all right now to tap into Hustle House, tap into what she has going on, this campaign that we just partnered with because there was a big message behind all that. I really hope that once you piece everything together and you piece together the everything that's been dropping in terms of the playlist and you piece
Clothing.
the clothing, the
Clothing.
brand, in terms of the questions within like the little interview and things like that, you'll be able to see the bigger
vision.
picture. The bigger
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
So definitely tap in and you have to tackle it as a whole. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get what our full intentions behind that campaign. You feel me? Now, y'all have anything? You know
All
what I'm
right,
saying?
just shout out Lauren the Boss,
Yeah,
man.
shout out.
So I hope y'all did check out, you know what I'm saying, everything that we've been doing this past week because it's really been a movie, bro. Like it really has. So shout out to Lauren the Boss for everything that she has done for us. And we're happy that we have partnered with her to, you know, just work with Lauren, bro. And it's been a ball ever since we started, really.
It has.
What was your favorite song on the playlist? I'll tell y'all what mine was, and then I'll tell you why.
Each
what was
one,
your
teach
favorite
one.
song? Each one, teach one.
Yeah,
that
Sauce
was a
Walker,
fire
bro.
one.
Sauce Walker
Sauce
is
Walker.
out the fucking
All right,
chain,
now
bro.
listen, everybody that's watching this, I need y'all to do me a favor, and I'm only gonna tell y'all this because I know that this is like, y'all only gonna benefit from this. I promise. There's a song on there that I put on there, and I know that if you listen to that playlist, I'm almost sure that y'all skipped it. The song is called Prisoner 1 and Prisoner 2.
Yeah,
Now-
by Lupe Fiasco.
By Lupe Fiasco. Now, there is a reason why I put that song on there because, again, me being a deep thinker and me going beyond, you know, the average person to gain understanding from a song, there is really a huge picture in that song that I feel like a lot of people are gonna miss the message. And what I want to do, I want to take time to break it down. So basically, Prisoner 1 and Prisoner 2. Prisoner 1 starts off the song. He's talking about life in prison. Like, okay, this is why Jadakiss. Oh, that is definitely that song right there has a lot of childhood memories. Why by Jadakiss, so many memories. But so the song Prisoner, it starts off, he's telling the story from the perspective from a prisoner who's in prison, and he's saying that like the struggles of being in prison, like, you know, the risks or the things that you gotta watch out for, right? But then he mentions Prisoner 2. And a lot of people, I feel like, do not know who Prisoner 2 is. Was a hit. Okay, so you did check it out. Good. A lot of people did not understand who was Prisoner 2. Now I'm about to break it down. In the song, he's talking about like, okay, and as for Prisoner 2, he's saying, yo, y'all think y'all prisoners. The prisoners thinking that they're prisoners, but really there's a Prisoner 2. Prisoner 2 happens to be the correctional officer, and I'm about to explain why he said the correctional officer is Prisoner 2. When you're in prison, you get to go home. At one point, your time is up. Some people get life, don't get me wrong, but at some point, people get to go home. But as a correctional officer, man, that is you. You're required. This is a job. You see what I mean? You're forced to come in here and do this because you have responsibilities and obligations that you need to take care of. Now, in the process of you doing that, you're dealing with all these things, everything that could potentially happen. You're dealing with. You got to watch these. In the song, he's saying you got to watch these niggas. If it was up to me, I'd never unlock these niggas, because he's saying like, as a correctional officer, it's dangerous. I gotta watch my back. I don't know, you know what I mean? At any point, my life is at jeopardy. That's at risk. And yeah, these people, they get to walk away. They have their turn to walk away. You know what I mean? In terms of they get to go home and be with their families. But me, I have to come in here every day and be a prisoner to this same system. You know what I mean? I have to deal with not only y'all, but I have to deal with this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just being here inside of this facility, this dark facility. I ain't never been, but I can only imagine how dark it could be in there sometimes.
It's dark.
You feel me? And so he's explaining like, look, you think you a prisoner? No, I'm a prisoner too. You know what I mean? And I promise, I never looked at it like that, like a correctional officer being a prisoner. And when I say I really want y'all to go listen to the song and really DM me and tell me what y'all think about it. But seriously, he really does explain a whole different perception that I think that a lot of people are it's gonna catch a lot of people by surprise, and it's gonna make people look at. I ain't gonna necessarily say it's definitely. I gained a little bit more respect for correctional officers, and the reason why is because it's not necessarily what they go through with the prisoners; it's what you go through mentally. You know what I mean? Yeah. In terms of. Like, I don't.
It's tough. You got to go in there because you definitely. I licked this motherfucker.
I also know my. Okay, so we got some response. We got Thug Holiday. Thug Holiday. That is one of my favorite, and I think I told you that too.
Solange.
Mad was definitely a heavy hitter too. I was able to. So every song on there's literally a piece in the song that I pulled, and I was like, nah, this is for the community. Yeah. Now, the bigger picture, I'm about to explain the concept behind the playlist. The concept behind the bigger picture was not necessarily to say, oh, police brutality, this, that, and the other. No. The concept behind the bigger pictures was to say, hey, these are the things that we deal with within our community, which may cause us to react a certain way that you may not understand. Mm-hmm. You may not understand why we may do this, but this is why. This is why we do this. This is why we respond, because these are the things that we're dealing with within our community. And every song that you see on there, as you notice, they're not always going to talk about Black Lives Matter. They're not always going to talk about, knowing my rights and, being abused by the system. It's going to talk about things that we're dealing with within the community. But what people don't know is 9 times out of 10, the things that we're dealing with in our community is due to systematic oppression. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's due to the system putting us in a position and putting us in these, what's the word I'm looking for?
Predicaments.
Yes, situations to where we have to face these challenges. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just my little explanation in terms of the playlist and how, like, it's called The Bigger Picture for a reason, because a lot of y'all gonna miss the bigger picture. But there really is a bigger picture with that playlist. And if you really, I placed every song in order so that, one, that the music speaks as you're listening to it, but two, so that it flows. just check it out in terms of
Definitely.
there's a big message in there. There's a big message in there. And once you do and you piece together the project and everything, then you're gonna see the bigger picture.
Definitely. Check that shit out.
Check it
man.
out.
It really was, bro. That shit was like just hearing that and like just hearing the playlist, bro. It was definitely like something to listen to. Like that shit just make you sit down and think, bro. Like what really goes on, and like that shit just make you sit down and think, bro. Of everything that be going on in just certain communities, you know what I'm saying? So definitely sit down and take a listen, bro. For real.
Just added the playlist to my library. What's up, bro?
Oh, bro, I don't know if y'all heard, but what's been going down in the city, bro? Pray for the block, man. So
What's poppin'?
So
R.I.P. Smack Peso.
RP Smack Peso too, man. He actually wanted to do an interview with us.
Man, I'm so
Damn.
sick, bro. R.I.P.
Okay.
Smack Peso, man. He was a
Yeah.
really,
I don't know you, but
talented guy.
definitely ROP.
I didn't listen to him until after he passed, but I
Hold
definitely
on.
tapped in. He's really talented. So
I'm trying to
R.I.P. that
figure out
man.
if this is the same. Was he posted on Say Chiefs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That was the dude that people didn't
Put
really
it on
know.
while I drove live.
And he had talent, man.
Much love, bro.
He had
Appreciate
talent.
you for sure.
But some happened in Chicago just this past Sunday,
They was
right?
looting.
Yeah,
They
just
ass
because it was a shooting by my granny house on 57th and Aberdeen. So basically, it was a young black man. He was, I'm guessing, this is the story that I heard. I need to look more into it. But he was running from the police, and he was shooting at him, and the police fired back, and they shot him in the face. He's in stable condition right now. I'm pretty sure he's still fine. I still need to look into it more.
Mm-hmm.
But it was right down the street, you feel me? Like, it was right by my granny crib, so
Yeah.
you feel me? So I'm just saying, pray for the block, pray for the person that did get harmed, and shit, yeah, pray for the city, man, because it definitely went up just this past weekend, bro, in Chicago. So it went up Monday, and it went up Sunday, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, I did definitely hear about the another rapper being shot downtown.
Oh yeah, RP FBG Duck. Man.
Yeah, I
RP
definitely
Duck.
heard. I definitely heard
Damn,
about bro being
RP
shot
Duck.
downtown. So RIP him.
Chicago went down this weekend,
That's a
bro.
big, that's a strong action figure.
It's
nigga
sad
right there.
because we really do live in like a tough world in terms of like it's a lot that's going on. I think what's important, and I'm gonna leave off on this. I'm gonna leave it to y'all. That it's important. Like we don't only pray when something happens. We pray.
After.
No. We pray the whole time. We pray before something happens, while something's happened, and after. Because I don't necessarily think we should be praying only when something happens. You know what I mean? And just we really need to keep that in mind because there is a lot of things that's going on in the city. There are a lot of people that's constantly being affected by the tragedies and things like that. And so let's just pray for these people. You know what I mean? And like. We just have to pray for the city because it's just too much, and nobody's exempt. That's the thing. Nobody's exempt. It could literally be anybody.
Yeah, literally.
It could literally be anybody. You know what I mean? So, emphasis on prayer, heavy on prayer.
No, definitely. Because I was about to say, I know me and my girl, we pray every night, bro. I ain't missed a day, bro.
Goals.
Beautiful.
I ain't missed a day, bro.
He
I make
said-
sure, and I pray, and we make sure we pray about anything and everything, bro. Like for real. So make sure y'all do, because that shit, like, blessings will come to you, bro. So if y'all pray every single night, bro, just pray and manifest that. It's gonna happen every single night,
Yeah.
bro. Real stuff.
It's time for us to get up out of here.
Yeah.
So make
It
sure
ain't time to
All
go
right, y'all,
home,
thank
but
y'all
we got to
for-
get the fuck up out of
I
here.
have to give a major shout out to Melanin T. Thank you. She stayed on the whole entire time.
Damn, shout out
Appreciate it.
Melanin
She,
T.
when I say
Shout
like
out
she stayed on
Melanin
the
T.
whole entire time and has been active, like
Shout out
active,
Melanin T.
participating, commentary, everything that we said she's been commentating.
Fan of the week.
Thank you, fan of the week. Thank you so much.
We got something for you, Melanin T. We got fan of the week, song of the week coming real
DM
soon,
me,
fellas.
please DM me after this.
Fellas, ladies as well.
And thank you so much.
This camera.
All right, I'm not editing that shit. Fuck that.
But we're definitely gonna be out. Please DM me so I definitely want to follow up and thank you so much.
Yeah. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at sessions.ent. What's happening, brother, man?
What's good,
What's
boss?
poppin', bro?
Make sure y'all follow us on Twitter at sessions_ent. You follow me on Instagram at mo.gotti.
And then me on all social media platforms at Nas the Great 1K.
And you can find me on IG. Bro, why have I been fucking? I can't do this shit, bro.
I'm gonna start doing it for you, my nigga.
I've been fucking up on this. Find me on IG at j.skrilla. DJ J Skrilla signing off.
I don't even know what the hell he said. Hey man, play some Smack Peso on the way out, bro.
Smack
Yeah,
Peso.
bro. I think I want to hear it. What are you hearing? Huh?
Yeah.
I almost said some.
Are we gonna get
Play
copyrighted?
in my head.
I don't know.
Are we gonna get copyrighted?
For a local rapper, I highly doubt.
In my head,
Well,
pesos.
you know,
Who's-
duh,
Smack pesos.
you know, he's gonna
We was gonna do that anyway, but shit, you already know, and we out.
God damn it! You just did all of that
Shut up.
in my ear, bro.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me. God
Yeah.
bless. Make sure y'all have a good Tuesday, and make sure y'all go to B-Dubs. Make sure I hit B-Dubs. Get that
B-Dubs.
spicy garlic and that Parmesan.
This nigga's a Trump supporter.
Extra crispy. 23 minutes. Tell the cook to cook them for 23 minutes and get a side of Southwest Ranch and some celery. Promise you won't be disappointed.
I
Thank y'all
guarantee
so
you
much.
will.
God bless.
This nigga asked
And make
for
sure I enjoy the rest of your
Hey,
day.
been a whole lot of shit up in my head. I ain't been satisfied about my bread. I ain't comfortable sleeping in my bed.